Alrighty, folks. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back here to another weather live stream, my friends. Hope everyone's doing good out there. We got some updates for you. Some pretty nasty stuff going on, unfortunately. We have another moderate today. This time it's a little bit smaller. It's not as big as the other moderate, thankfully, but still is a little bit concerning. So, got a moderate here across portions of Kansas and Oklahoma today. And yet again, another day of nasty, severe weather, unfortunately. Anyways, let's see what we got here. We have Tabletop, we have Polly, we have Steady, we have Robin, we have Diana, we have Beth, and Red Cyclonic. What's up, guys? Of course, everybody else who is here, but just not chatting. Hope y'all are doing good. What's up, Red? Hope you're doing good, man. What's up, Beth? Hello from Chile, Michigan. I cannot relate. It is really, really hot in Florida today. It's been super hot lately, dude. It's been like upper 90s here. It's been pretty bad. I just got done being outside working on my Mesonet. I just updated it. Which I'll go ahead and show you guys a photo if y'all want to see it. Here, let's see. 1 second here. Let me pull it up. Pretty cool. I did some new changes to it. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Y'all see that? That's my Mesonet I've been working on. So I put that cross arm on it today. Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, it's hot out there. Anyways, what's up, Sea Sky? But yeah, y'all, we got a moderate again today. This includes Wichita, Kansas, inside of the level 4 threat. So basically central, south central portions of Kansas and the north central side of Oklahoma is inside of this moderate risk here. Now, tornado-wise, we do have that 15% significant tornado risk out there across the red here. Potential out there for, hate to say it, a couple strong tornadoes. You know, given the environment, it certainly is going to be possible. So where you guys see that that black dashed area, here, let me go ahead and bring up my pen here. So basically, you can see where we have those dashed lines here. So across portions of the yellow and, of course, the red. So that is our significant threat here. That basically tells us that we do have potential for a couple of tornadoes, potentially strong, you know, possibly EF 2 or greater. My outline skills are perfect. But yeah, so we do need to be extra careful out there today. You know, some big tornadoes can't be ruled out here. The overall tornado threat here, you guys can see 2% chance here in the green, very low probability across the green area. 5% chance across the brown, still relatively a low threat for tornadic activity, but just be weather aware and, you know, ready to seek shelter if need be. Then you get into the yellow. That's where it gets a little bit more intense, you know, a little bit more greater probability for tornadoes here in the yellow. and then maximum 15% here across the red overall. So tornadoes is going to be a decent concern for today. Now today, regarding the wind threat, we have just a big 15% non-significant wind threat. So while these storms will likely contain damaging wind gusts, they are going to mostly range more than likely between 60 and 70 miles per hour in terms of wind gust potential. So that's kind of what we're looking at for winds. Nothing significant there today, though. Hail, on the other hand, we got a 45% significant risk out there for hail. Within that moderate that we're looking at here, that is a 45% chance hail risk. We're talking also potential for hail like 2-3 inches in diameter and larger, potentially. So, yeah, today's definitely going to be a pretty big day. Now, tomorrow, we do have ourselves another really big enhanced risk here up across the Central Plains in the Midwest here. Once again, another enhanced risk. Really big 10% hatch risk for tornadoes, even bigger than today's is. You can see today's is pretty small in comparison to tomorrow's. Large 10% significant risk for potential of, once again, EF2 to EF5 tornadic probability. Damaging winds tomorrow, we have a big 30% non-significant risk here. Kind of the same deal as it is today. Not really any excessive winds, nothing like 80 or greater expected, but more of the realm of like 60, upwards of 70 miles an hour possible. Across the red, it's just a greater probability. And then lastly, we do also have a really big hatch risk here for hail tomorrow as well, where we are talking hail potential, once again, 2-3 inches in diameter and possibly even larger there. But it doesn't end there. So that would be for tomorrow being Monday. Going into Tuesday, we got another enhanced risk here across portions of Tennessee, portions of Alabama, and Mississippi. There is no breakdown as of right now. So yeah, the next 3 days, guys, we are lined up here with a moderate, enhanced. You guys can see the bottom of the screen there too, with my automated SPC outlook thing. So yeah, so we definitely do need to be actively weather aware over the next couple of days. I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting today. Let's actually take a look at the models, y'all. Let's hop on over here. We're going to pull up the HRRR. Let's do the 16 Zulu, still kind of rendering here. Let's do the 15 UTC run, and let's go to the radar. Okay, so yeah, that enhanced risk that we were looking at here is across, like, I don't know what the heck I just did there. Is across, these areas here, like in, central, southern Kansas up into the northern side of Oklahoma. Yeah, so you can kind of see here, according to the HRRR, we could start to get some supercells developing here right around 5 Eastern. That'd be 4 Central. Take that lightly. Take that with a grain of salt. Models ain't perfect, but you can really see how, over the span of a couple of hours after initiation, I mean, we really explode a lot of storms and, potentially a lot of, semi-discrete supercells being kind of an issue there. So that is a little bit concerning and definitely is something that we do really need to look out for. Given the environment and everything the way it is, here, let's hop back here real quickly. There is a lot of instability. There's a lot of moisture involved too, and a good amount of wind shear. Let's actually pull up the. Let's bring up the NAM model. We'll take a look here. We'll go and bring it down to you guys here, because why not? Oh my gosh, it looks so bright. My camera does not do really well of adjusting the light. Look at this. Look at my face. Oh my golly. Anyways. But yeah, so like we mentioned here. Great moisture. I mean, we have our dew points here getting well into the mid-70s, dude. That is really high moisture. And matter of fact, you guys are going to really notice how muggy it's going to be. Anytime you have dew points in the 60s, it starts to get really muggy. But 70s, 80s at maximum, it's terrible. But yeah, you guys are definitely going to notice the mugginess with all that moisture. Lower level jet stream here for later on today. Pretty strong, actually. Look at that. So across like Oklahoma and Kansas, you can kind of see where the NAM has some of the heaviest lower level wind shear later on this evening. We're talking about 50 knots. 50 knots of lower level winds. I mean, southerlies too. These are going from the south to the north here, and pretty active. Let's see here. Jessica says, is Fort Worth, Texas in the clear today? So Fort Worth is inside of the level 2 threat today. So not necessarily out of the clear. The threat isn't as high, of course, but we still do need to be weather aware. There is a 5% chance for tornadoes out here. That also comes with a 15% wind threat and a 15% hail threat. So hail could be quite large, as you're right on the edge of that significant risk here. But generally speaking, most of the hail in the region will probably be ranging between 1 to 2 inches in diameter. And of course, in terms of gusty winds, there's that 15% chance for gusty winds, possibly ranging anywhere from 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. And then lastly, that 5% chance for tornadoes. So basically, within 25-mile radius around you, there is a 5% chance of a tornado dropping, if that makes sense. So that's pretty low odds, as you can imagine, but, you should still be weather aware because, we can't rule out tornadic activity here. Could this be upgraded to a high risk? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think it's just going to stay moderate. JT says, I appreciate your show. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad you like it. No, tabletop. I wouldn't worry about it, man. There's no SPC outlook risk for your area, so I wouldn't worry about it. If something pops up and we monitor it, which we will, I'll let you know, but there's nothing there. Mark wants me to look here at a zip code for tomorrow. Yeah, I got you, man. Let's see here. Let's see what we got going on. I'm glad to help you guys out, too. It's really good. That way you guys can kind of have like a personal view on what could happen. So we do actually, okay, so Mark, we do have a 10% significant tornado risk tomorrow. So I hate to tell you this, but there is a potential for potentially strong tornadoes. The odds of you specifically getting one is still very low, but still you need to be monitoring the weather, okay? In terms of damaging winds, you have a 15% non-significant wind risk, potential for gusts between 60 and 70 miles an hour. And in terms of hail, we do have a 30% hatch risk for hail, potentially 2-3 inches in diameter and larger. So hail is going to be kind of the main concern overall, following tornadoes and damaging wind gusts. So it's all going to be a concern. It is all going to be possible, but that's that. So yeah, definitely be weather aware there, my friend, as you're in the level 3 here for tomorrow. You're right on the edge of it, so we'll see. Do I think that Dallas-Fort Worth could see large or strong tornadoes tomorrow? So Dallas is in the in that level 3 threat, which does indicate a 10% significant risk for tornadoes out there by the Dallas-Fort Worth region tomorrow. So the odds of they specifically getting one out here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area is still very low. I mean, it's basically a 1 in 10 shot of occurring within a 25-mile radius of a given area. So, for example, say you live, I don't know, let's just say you live right there. Just a random spot. So you live right here. So 25 miles around you is saying that there is a 10% chance of a tornado dropping, a 1 in 10 shot, within a 25-mile radius around you. And even if it was to occur in that 25-mile radius, the odds of it still specifically hitting you is still pretty low. So it's a little complex, but still, it is pretty low. It's a lot lower than you would imagine, but still, with that being said, do not ignore it. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, it'll be okay then. More than likely, yes. More than likely, you'll be perfectly fine. But in the area, there will be that potential still for strong tornadoes, okay? The odds are very low of you getting it, but it is going to be possible, okay? Let's see here. No problem, Jessica. What's up, Polly? Hope you're doing good, my friend. Let's see here. Had to respond real quickly to a message real quick. Yeah, no problem, Mark. I got you. Let's see here. What about tomorrow in Hot Springs, Arkansas? So, steady, you, my friend. Yeah, you're also in that 10% risk out there overall, which does indicate that 10% significant tornado risk here. It does have a 30% wind risk out there, so gusts between 60, 70 miles an hour possible. And in terms of hail, we do have a 30% significant risk out there. So definitely got to look out for that large hail potential. Here, let's hop back to models real quickly. Let's take a quick little peek at that once again. So we're actually going to go to the 12 UTC run because it's an extended HRRR model run here. So like I mentioned, guys, later today, it seems like the model really kind of wants some of those storms developing, the big storms later today, kind of firing off in the late afternoon, early evening across the region, in which as we work our way down in time, you guys can see the time in the top right, by the way. As we work our way down in time here, into the later evening, kind of near early morning, you can see those storms are kind of pushed against the eastern side of Kansas. And as we work our way into tomorrow, if we're going to render that, look at that. So we have another day of just a bunch of nasty storms developing here. It kind of seems like, once again, kind of roughly around the same time, a lot of those storms start to fire off here, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow early evening. As we have that diurnal heating, as the sun comes out, heats up the surface, breaks through that capping layer, then eventually convects, in which, it does seem like it's going to be roughly around the late afternoon, early evening as well for tomorrow too. So, you can just kind of see here, if we go ahead and play this all together here, I'm just going to let it run, and you guys can see, we have those storms, and then the sun goes down, the sun comes back up, heats up the surface, and then boom, we get a lot more widespread storms. So, we definitely do need you guys out here to be weather aware. Just make sure that you guys know where to go in case, say, of a warning gets issued across the Midwest and the Central Plains. If you're in the risk area, just have a way, first of all, to receive warnings to know if you're in one or not, but also to know where to go in case if a warning is issued. And of course, like we mentioned, we recommend that you go into the central interior portion on the lowest floor of your home. If you have a basement, a storm cellar, perfect. Go there. If you do not, go to the central interior portion on the lowest floor of your home, such as a bathroom, a closet would be great. If you're in a trailer, I would look into possibly spending the day with somebody who maybe has a house or a better, sturdier structure. It might be a little bit better. But hopefully, like I said, that helps you guys, and you guys can kind of see the timing of everything. It's just going to kind of explode. There's just so many storms that's expected to fire off here later on today. So, anyways, how is Kansas City looking the next few days? So, Kansas City, regarding the risk here, let's go ahead and bring y'all back over here to the SPC real quickly. Let's hop back to the categorical outlook. So Kansas City is in the level 2 threat for today. The slight risk here. So definitely be weather aware today. You're in that active risk for severe weather. And then tomorrow, you're in that enhanced risk. Now, tomorrow, there could be potential for some strong tornadic activity. I hate to say it, but it is going to be possible, within the region. So, yeah, we do need to be weather aware out here. Day 3, we should be clear. So this will be for what, Tuesday? Today's Sunday, so today's day 1. Day 2 will be tomorrow, Monday. Day 3 will be Wednesday, or Tuesday. So yeah, Tuesday you'll be fine. Just between today and tomorrow, just make sure you're weather aware. Tomorrow seems to be the biggest day. Anyways, greetings from Kentucky, my friends. I hope you're doing all well. You too, Steven. Good to have you here, man. Hope you're doing good. All right, you're welcome, Molly. No problem. Silent, I got you, man. Let's see what you're doing with. You're up in Louisiana, so you're good tomorrow. You're good today. I would keep an eye on Tuesday. There could be some strong to potentially severe storms nearby on Tuesday, so just keep an eye on Tuesday. But for the next 2 days, you're pretty good. You're pretty good. Let's see here. I know Chicago's not in any risk, just a thunderstorm. Yeah, Chicago is in. No risk today, not even a thunderstorm. Tomorrow we have a thunderstorm risk, and Tuesday we have a thunderstorm risk here. Yeah, Chicago's good. All right, Polly, I got you. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, consider subscribing, leave it a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. So, okay, so today you're in a level 1 threat. Tomorrow, you've got an enhanced risk. So we do definitely need you to be weather aware tomorrow. There is potential for a couple strong to potentially severe storms today. But in terms of tomorrow, there is that enhanced risk, which is a pretty decent risk for severe weather. And then also on day 3, Tuesday, there is a marginal level 1 threat. So, yeah, tomorrow is the day that you definitely need to be weather aware, Polly. Just have a way to receive warnings like we mentioned here, and, just know where to go in case if one is issued as well. So, just make sure. And regarding timing, it's still a little iffy, but it does look like we could be getting those. I mean, it's just kind of all over the place, really. Sometime in the late afternoon, early evening, I'd say that's kind of when a lot of the storms in Arkansas really start to fire off here. So that's that. So yeah, please be careful. Keep an eye on it, and like we mentioned here, there is going to be the possibility for a couple of maybe an isolated severe storm or two nearby, given that level 1 risk here. But tomorrow definitely seems to be the bigger of the days here overall. Let's see here. Will I do tropical weather updates this season? Well, of course. It's my favorite time of the year. I love the tropical season. I don't like what the tropics can do, but I do love tracking the weather in the tropics. Always been my favorite. Of course. I still need to get my hurricane forecast video out, man. I tell you, it's been crazy the last couple weeks. I haven't been able to push it out yet. I promise I'll get it out soon. I know I need to. It's about that time. Plus, Hurricane Center has started issuing the daily updates, or more than one daily, but multiple updates. They've started their regular routine updates. So tabletop, you're not in the risk, man. Like I mentioned, earlier, you are out of the SPC outlook area. It means you're not in the risk for any type of severe weather. So, we'll see it. Like I said, I mentioned earlier that I'll keep an eye on it later on, and if it becomes something, then I'll let you know. But for now, man, you're good. There is no risk out there for you. All right, let's see here. Grumpy says, do I think tomorrow we'll get a moderate risk upgrade? Storm mode seems to be the biggest concern. So, let me take a look at the HRRR again here. So, obviously, you can kind of see, it seems like a big cluster mode of storms here, as you can kind of tell. Just a bunch of clusters. Unlike today, today's fairly full of clusters, but there is some discrete cells potentially firing off today. Those are the ones you got to really look out for. Yeah, tomorrow's mode definitely looks a lot different. It's more kind of messy tomorrow. Now, we'll see. I'm not SPC. I can't tell you yes or no they will. But let me take a peek at the models here. Let's go back to the back over here. Let's take a look at the GFS. Let's see. Am I on the latest? We are on. There we go. I'm a little bit behind here. There we go. All right, 12 UTC run here. So that's the latest and greatest GFS here. So for later on tomorrow, it looks like we do have a lower level jet here, potentially 30, 40, maybe locally 50 knots or so. According to the GFS Euro, shows a little bit stronger of a jet, a lower level jet. So we'll look out for that. That definitely is a very strong lower level jet stream for sure. Instability-wise, here for tomorrow, being Monday, seems pretty decent. We're over, well over that 1,000 threshold for sure. We're looking pretty good. Let's see here. And then we'll go ahead and bring up our dew point temps here. Yeah, so moisture, wind shear, it looks pretty decent. Our mid-level shear, too, we do have that veering profile. Especially down towards, like, Arkansas, you can see how the winds, they change direction with altitude. So our mid-level shear is going to the northeast here, while our lower-level shear we were talking about here goes more to the north. So it's, it's that sudden change in wind direction with altitude that can really generate that. Tabletop, dude, thank you so much for the 10, man. I appreciate it. Saying thank you for always dealing with my constant questions. You rock. No problem, man. Just try not to worry about it, all right? You're good. Like I mentioned, if there is anything that comes up, I will let you know, okay? We'll keep you updated. I promise. And I'll do this again tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to do coverage today because, everybody goes live during the daytime, which is good. I'm really thankful for it. I may go live tonight if storms continue to be an issue overnight hours, like later tonight. We'll see. No promises, though. But, yeah, this is just kind of more of a big update for you guys. That dust storm. I heard about that. Wasn't that up in Chicago? I did hear about that. That was pretty interesting. JT says, thanks. Yeah, no problem. Cable internet service is down. Just getting back online. Gotcha. Well, I'm glad to see you're back, my friend. How is Dallas, Texas doing tomorrow, says Jenny. So Jenny, we do need to be weather aware for the Dallas region here tomorrow. Same as today, actually. So we do have a level 2 out of 5 severe weather threat today, which is a decent risk for potential severe weather. Tornado-wise, we do have a 5% chance for tornadoes today, a 15% chance for damaging winds today, and a 15% chance for hail today. Tomorrow, the risk is a little bit higher. Tornado-wise, we have a 10% hatch risk for tornadoes. So 10% chance for tornadoes, potentially some of which could be potentially strong. Now, the odds of you getting one is still pretty low. So that's that, but still, please be weather aware between today and tomorrow. In terms of wind, we do have a 30% chance for damaging wind gusts, potentially ranging between 60 and 70 miles an hour. And in terms of hail, we do have also a 30% hatch risk for hail, potentially 2-3 inches in diameter or even larger in some cases could be possible. So definitely need you to be weather aware tomorrow. Tomorrow is the bigger of the days, but between today and tomorrow, you should be weather aware for both of them, today and tomorrow, okay? Anyways, sounds good, Polly. Do I think a violent tornado is possible the next few days? Can't rule it out given the fact that we have great lower level moisture, pretty decently strong lower level wind shear, 40, 50 knots for both days, across the let's hop back to the models real quickly. Across the Central Plains for today's event here. I mean, looking back at the NAM and whatnot, and you could see today's jet. It does get pretty darn strong. As we work our way into later on this evening, you can see that lower level jet. According to the latest NAM here, let's see here, kind of shows a good 50, possibly 60 knots of lower level wind shear. I mean, there's certainly a pretty strong low-level jet, good amounts of moisture or instability. Sorry, well that too. Really, moisture is going to be pretty strong too. But tons and tons of fuel, tons of lower-level wind shear, mid-level winds. You got that veering. The wind's changing direction with altitude. I mean, pretty decent mid-level flow too. In our moisture here, yeah. I mean, it does scream a good, potent environment for potentially violent tornadoes. I hate to mention it, but it. Given the way that everything looks, I mean, it's going to be possible, yeah. Let's see here. Silent says, I love your videos and lives. You're my favorite weather YouTuber out there. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Molly says, Dallas-Fort Worth shouldn't get a violent tornado tonight, right? So today's risk is a 5%. We're not expecting any significant tornadoes, EF2 or greater. Of course, it's nature. We can't fully predict everything, but the odds of a violent tornado or significant tornadoes not really expected today. The odds are very low, but a couple of tornadoes are possible, which more than likely, if we did get them, they would likely remain weak and relatively brief. Tomorrow, on the other hand, though, it's a little bit different. So tomorrow, the atmosphere will be a little bit more stronger in terms of the potential for maybe some tornadoes that could be quite strong. Given that we are in that hatch risk out there between the Dallas-Fort Worth area, potential for strong tornadoes does exist. So if we are going to get them, it would, be tomorrow. But remember, regardless, the odds are pretty low of you specifically getting one. I'm not saying to ignore it, but you definitely need to be watching out for this threat. But, I'm just trying to tell you it's still a pretty low odd of you getting it. But, the environment is capable of producing them, yes. So we should definitely be weather aware. What's up, Vienna? Hope you're doing good. That dust storm was in Chicago. Gotcha. First ever reached city limits from what I'm seeing. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about it. Goodness. Iguana says, do I see Tuesday being as bad as today and Monday? So, next Tuesday? So Tuesday would be the day 3 outlook. So we do have that enhanced risk here. It's much smaller. As of right now, we do not have any breakdowns, from the SPC. That's not really available quite yet. But what I can do, real quickly, is we can bring up the GFS here. Let's look at those lower level wind shear. Let's see. We have that low kind of rolling through late Tuesday. You can kind of see the lower level jet here across that enhanced risk, which includes, like Tennessee, portions of like central and northern Mississippi, northern Alabama. So bringing back up the models, you can see that the lower level wind shear here for later on Tuesday. I mean, we do have about about 35, 40 knot lower level jet, which decent. We got some southwesterlies going to the northeast here. Mid level shear. There's not as much veering wind shear, meaning that the winds are not as aggressively changing directions as we go up in altitude. Does that make sense? So as comparing to today, the wind today and tomorrow, the winds more violently change direction with altitude. Now, we can't rule out tornadic activity, but I don't think it would be as significant as today would probably be. I mean, we still do have great moisture, lower 70 dew points, which is impressive. Really good amount of mixed layer instability. I mean, we're well over 1,500 threshold. We are talking a good amount of instability, a really good amount of moisture. Lower level wind shear still pretty darn strong. A good 40 knots, like we mentioned here. And of course, our mid-level shear is actually pretty strong as well, about 70 knots possibly in some cases. So, yeah, I mean, it's a little concerning. I do see why they have that. You can see the environment is locally stronger in that area here. Stronger kinematics, wind shear essentially. And the moisture, once again, the instability, it's all there, and it just makes sense. So, yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on Tuesday, but right now, SPC does not have a breakdown in terms of the probability just because of how much things can even change between now and then, okay? What the models are suggesting now could look a little bit different by the time we get to the event, okay? So I want you to know that. Anyways, let's see here. I knew they would upgrade it. Yeah, today looks pretty decent, especially if they're across like Kansas and northern Oklahoma. We definitely need to watch out for it. Are we doing zip codes? Yes, we are. What's up, Black Tar? Saying, hey Andrew, could you possibly tell me what the radar, or tell me with the radar, how I think San Angelo will be today? So radar shows current, shows current conditions. I want to just clear that up for you. So radar shows you like the current storms in the area. Models is what we look at to look in the future. We call it future radar. I just wanted you to know that. I don't know if you already knew that or not, but so San Angelo, let's see here. Today we do have that slight risk here, that level 2 threat. So looking at the current radar, you can see there's really not much going on. We have a couple storms well off to the southeast of you, but yeah, those aren't really going to be impacting you at all. With that being said, though, we should definitely be weather aware, given that we are in that threat for severe weather. We do have a 5% chance for tornadoes, a 15% chance for damaging wind gusts, and a 15% significant risk for hail. We could see some large hail out there today. We are talking potentially 2-3 inches in diameter, possibly a little bit larger in some cases. But yeah, definitely be weather aware out there. Keep an eye out there for it. Now, regarding the future radar, which we'll go ahead and switch over here to, switch over there now. You can kind of see here looking at the HRRR. As we work our way down in time, the HRRR, this model run doesn't necessarily show a storm specifically hitting San Angelo. This is for tomorrow, kind of early tomorrow, maybe a couple storms rolling through. Models, I will tell you this, they're not perfect. This is just the environment around you. While this model does not show a specific storm hitting you, the environment around you is still capable for producing these type of storms. Now, models, like I mentioned, are not perfect, and they can never be approximate as to where these storms will 100% hit. Sometimes they get it right, yes, but not all the time. So while this shows a storm to your northeast here right around 8 p.m., that could look a lot different because, once again, the environment is capable for these storms in your area. It's just this is what the model is kind of, saying what it could look like, if that makes some sense. But anyways. Are there any severe thunderstorm warnings right now? Well, we have 4 in the top. You can see I put my counter up there. Which right now, they are up in... Where are they? Oh, they're up here. Let's go ahead and turn those on real quickly. Yeah, we got a couple of them firing off here up in like northeastern Oklahoma. Got a couple of cells popping off here. You'll see winds that are less than 50, so it's not a concern for damaging winds. But just for hail, that's north of Tulsa. Speaking of Tulsa, they're about to get a storm. Non-severe, though. Let's see here. Quarter hail... Yeah, it seems like these ones are not a damaging wind concern, but more of just a hail concern as of right now. Where's that other one at? There's 4. Unless, yeah, no, those are different. Where's the other one at? Oh, it's in Texas. There it is. Gotcha. Yeah, 60-mile-an-hour winds in quarter hail with that one. Anyways, all right, what's up? Cheryl saying, hello from Carrollton, Texas. I am confused as a local weather guy. It says only a 20% coverage of storms today. But when I look at weather-wise, it says something totally different. Weather apps, I'm going to tell you now, this is a hot take, which I know a lot of you guys probably already know this, but weather apps are terrible. They are terrible. They suck. They flat out suck. I'm not even lying with you. They're so bad. They are so bad. So... Let me look at the area here for you. Let me see what you're in for. You're in Carrollton, Texas. So, okay, so you're out by the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Okay, so I want to go ahead and let you know now, today and tomorrow, you do need to be weather aware. We do have a level 2 slight risk today. Tomorrow, we have a level 3. Okay, all hazards are on the table. Potential for gusty winds, hail, and a couple of tornadoes can't be ruled out between today and tomorrow. So definitely be weather aware. That is going to be possible. Now, taking a peek at the models here, the HRRR here, we have the 12 Zulu rendered. Let's go ahead and bring up the latest one, because, why not? So regarding, by the way, the time's in the top right if you want to follow along. So you can kind of see as we work our way down in time here, the HRRR does show a few showers, a few storms possibly kicking off here, throughout the evening and whatnot. Then tomorrow, as we work our way into Monday, you can kind of start to see more working its way into the region here overall. So, we definitely need you to be weather aware for both today and tomorrow, as, severe weather will certainly be a possibility. But anyways, so the environment around you will be capable of producing severe weather, but remember, not everybody in the risk areas will 100% see severe weather. Not everybody in the risk area will see severe weather. While the environment around you is capable of doing it, like we mentioned here, not everybody will see it, essentially. All right. What's up, Kermit? Let's see here. Well, you don't seem stressed or worried, so you've helped me out. Anxiety. Thank you much, friend. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad to help out. That's what we're here for, man. I tell you, we are here to let you guys know what's going on and help keep you guys safe, of course. Let's see here. Thank you, Cupcake. I appreciate it. All right. Carter says, what time are storms today or hold on. What time today are the storms expected to pop off around the Great Bend, Kansas area? So the HRRR kind of suggested, here, let me find out where this is at real quickly. Okay. So the HRRR kind of suggested that the storms today could start to fire off here roughly around the late afternoon, early evening. So kind of showing, ooh, look at that. Look at that supercell in HRRR. Wow, man, that's crazy. So it kind of appears to be roughly between 3 p.m. your time, between 3 and 6 p.m. is whenever we should start to see stuff firing off here. It's good to get a range rather than an approximate time. I mean, yeah, HRRR is good, but it's not that good all the time. So it'll be sometime the late afternoon, early evening when we start to get these storms. I mean, you can see the coverage of these storms. We could have a bunch of semi-discrete supercells even, which we'll have to, really look into. But that's kind of what HRRR suggests. All right, Glenda, I got you saying for Tuesday I'm scared. Don't be scared, Glenda. It'll be all right. We'll get through it. Hey, man, this stuff happens every year. I know it sucks. It does. But you know what? We'll get through this, my friend. So you today are good. There is no storms expected for you today. Tomorrow, there is a thunderstorm threat. No severe weather expected, but there is a thunderstorm threat. And for Tuesday, we have a little level 1 threat. So it's a relatively low risk for severe weather. So it is possible that we could see some strong to potentially severe storms, but the odds are still pretty low. So try not to worry about it. Don't be scared, Glenda. It's a low risk. It's a pretty low risk, okay? All right, let's see here. Working our way over here to Kaylee. Gotcha. Wants me to take a look at the zip code. I got you, my friend. Let's see what we got going on here. Actually, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for you right now. So, Kaylee, be indoors away from windows if you can, because we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for quarter-size hail. The good news is that the wind should be under damaging criteria, basically up to 50 miles an hour possible. But we do have a slight risk today. We have an enhanced risk tomorrow. All hazards are possible between today and tomorrow. Potential for, an isolated tornado or two can't be ruled out. A little bit of gusty winds, a little bit of hail is going to be possible. Let's take a peek at the radar, though. Let's see what's going on here. So that storm is out there just south of J, kind of towards the Cloud Creek area. We got a little bit of a hail core on there. You can kind of see. That's why it's warned here. Is because of this little pink spot you see. That's likely where we are seeing a little bit of hail. Within that storm. But yeah, just stay away from windows. It does look like there is some lightning activity as well. Where there's a lot of hail, there usually is a lot of lightning activity due to a static charge buildup. And the way it neutralizes is by zapping the ground and neutralizing itself. So there is a lot of lightning involved with this storm, so remain indoors, away from windows. All right, let's see here. All right. What about the timing for you? All right, I got you, Storm. Let's go take a look at your area, my friend. Oh, you're in Denver, Colorado. I don't think you're in the big risk today. No, you're not. You're in the general thunderstorm risk here. Today, tomorrow, you're good. Yeah, nothing severe for your area, man. Nothing really crazy expected. All right, let's see here. Laura wants me to take a look at Portland, Tennessee. I got you, my friend. By the way, guys, if you could, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and consider sharing this if you could. Be greatly appreciated. So today you're good. There is a potential for a couple of storms today, you know, given that we do have a general ice thunderstorm risk here. We do have a marginal tomorrow, a level 1 severe weather threat. Now, tornado-wise, we do not have a concern for tornadoes tomorrow. A little bit of gusty winds is possible. A little bit of hail is possible, too. But we are in the threat, so remain weather aware. But we definitely need to be weather aware on Tuesday. Tuesday seems to be the big day for you. In which, you know, we do have the potential for all hazards yet again. There is no specific breakdown. I probably should switch scenes. Might help a little bit. There is, you know, a potential for all hazards, I believe, again, here overall. So, yeah, definitely Tuesday. Please be careful, okay? Cheryl, I got you. Let's see what we got going on over here for you. Whoa. It brought me to Paris. Wait a minute. Let's try that again. There we go. Texas. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, so this area here, like we mentioned, we do have a slight risk today, a level 2 threat here. Tomorrow's a level 3 enhanced risk, though. Okay. So, you know, between today and tomorrow, we definitely need to be weather aware. Tomorrow, we do have that 10% risk out there for tornadoes. You're right on the edge of it, though. Right on the edge of it. We do have that 30% chance for damaging wind gusts and that 30% significant risk for hail. So a couple tornadoes can't be ruled out. A little bit of hail, you know, can't be ruled out either. We could see some pretty large hailstones, you know, possibly ranging 2-3 inches in diameter, maybe even larger in some cases. And in terms of, damaging winds, we're mostly going to be seeing some gusts potentially within those storms between, you know, 60 to 70 miles an hour overall. So that is that. No problem, Cheryl. Just subscribe. Thank you, Kaylee. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Chelsea, thank you so much for joining the Tropical Storm team, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's really sweet of you, Chelsea. Thank you. Welcome aboard, my friend. Y'all in chat, please give Chelsea a big thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Thank you. Ardra? Hopefully I'm saying your name right. I'm sorry. I'm not the best with names. That's something you'll learn real quick. Kaylee says, any thoughts on an increased risk tomorrow? So I wouldn't rule it out. I think it could be possible given the fact that we do have a great environment to get, you know, or a good environment for everything together, essentially. So we do have good instability. We have a lot of instability. We have a lot of moisture, and we have a lot of wind shear, which is the 3 main things you need for, you know, severe weather. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. I would not be surprised. I mean, considering how large that risk is, too, the odds of an area inside of it getting upgraded is possible. I'd say it's a good, possibly, like 50-50 shot. But anyways, guess I'm going to cover my car again. Good. You should. Hey, you know what? It's better to be safe than sorry, you know? When do you think we'll start seeing 100-degree weather in Michigan? That doesn't usually happen until, like, when? Like, late July, August? I'm not super familiar with you guys' area up there. I never lived up there, but that's usually whenever it's the hottest, is, like, July, August, typically. Let's see here. They just updated the tomorrow outlook. Oh, did they? I don't think they upgraded it, did they? But I think they updated it. Here, let me look. Let's take a peek here. It doesn't look like they changed much here. Oh my gosh, I'm so bright. So tomorrow we do have that big 10% risk out there. 30% wind risk and that 30 significant hail risk here. That's for tomorrow. Today we got that 15 sig tornado today. 15 wind threat. 45 significant hail threat today up there in the moderate region. Goodness. All right. What's up, Samuel? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. All right. Scott, you don't have to put that so many times, dude. Let's see. Going to the movies in Fort Worth downtown at 4:45. We'll be caught in the rain. That reminds me of the Pina Colada song. Sea Sky, so at 4:45, so models do suggest maybe some storm or maybe some showers and storms going on then. I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule it out completely. It does look possible. It definitely does look possible. So just don't be surprised if there is. Okay. Yeah, there's no way of being 100% for sure. Just given that it's just the nature of weather. We can't get every single specific correct with weather. There's always that uncertainty somewhere. Let's see here. Polly. Did I already do your zip code, Polly? Let's see. I feel like... Oh, okay. I don't think I've done yours yet. All right, let's take a peek over here real quickly for you, Polly. So so today you're in that level 2 threat. Tomorrow you're also in the level 2. So between today and tomorrow, we do need to be weather aware out here. You're in that slight risk here. So between today and tomorrow, definitely be weather aware. There is going to be potential for all hazards. Okay, so keep an eye out there for it. Let's see here. Do I think I'll get an enhanced risk on Tuesday? Glinda, where were you at again? I have a hard time remembering where everybody's at. If you could let me know, that'd be much appreciated. Let's see here. No, you're good, Scott. I'm just letting you know, man. Please don't spam. But you're good, man. Don't worry about it. I'm just letting you know. Cheryl says, what is the tropical support team? So the tropical storm membership is a membership that you guys can subscribe to that helps us out monthly, just to help keep us on our feet. Let's see here. Scott says, so you're not familiar with Michigan. Do I cover severe weather for the state of Michigan? Yeah, of course. I'm familiar with how severe weather and everything like that works, of course. But like the climate summaries for Michigan, I've never really paid attention to it, to be honest with you, because I never lived here. I mean, I lived in Virginia, Kentucky, and Florida. I'm usually focusing on those areas, but yeah, absolutely, we do cover it all. Let's see here. Tim says, truck driver here. I appreciate what you do, man. Is there any chance I can see how bad I-70 will be in Missouri, Kansas today and tomorrow? Yeah, I got you. Let's see here. Is there a... Where is I-70? Hold on, let me pull up a map here real quickly. I'm not familiar with this region here. Interstate 70. Okay. So that goes through... Oh, doesn't that go through yeah, Kansas City area. That's right. So you want me to look through Kansas today and tomorrow. Missouri, Kansas. Okay. Got you, man. So through the region here, I mean, between today and tomorrow, we do have that slight risk out there, but towards like the Kansas City area, Missouri going into Kansas here. The route is in the severe weather risk area between today and tomorrow. Tomorrow specifically worse. It depends. Out there by like Kansas City, we have the level 2 threat today, and we have the level 3 threat tomorrow. Which all hazards for both days, today and tomorrow, is a concern. It's a relatively low tornado threat here today throughout like I-70 in Missouri going into Kansas here. The further west you go, the greater the risk increases. Wind concern, we have a 15% chance for winds through much of the region here. Also that 15% chance for hail. Once you get past Topeka to the west, that's where that hail threat increases for today. Tomorrow, on the other hand, we do have the entire route area here between Missouri going through the Kansas City area into Kansas. We do have a 10% significant risk for tornadoes. Potential for a couple strong tornadoes can't even be ruled out. Damaging winds, we do have a 30% chance for damaging wind gusts here across the route here, and a 30% chance for hail, potentially significant here, where we are seeing maybe 2-3 inches in diameter or larger. So hopefully that helps. If there's any other questions that you might have, I will be more than happy to try to help. But there you go. What day is that for? So this is today. This right here, this is today's concern. We have that moderate today up in Kansas and Oklahoma. This is tomorrow's outlook here with that big enhanced risk here. And then Tuesday, we also have another enhanced risk here. So we're kind of loaded, man. The next 3 days, dude. Back to back to back. Just crazy weather, unfortunately. All right. Yeah, you're good, tabletop. All right, Chelsea wants me to look at a zip code. I got you. Let's see what we got going on here for you, my friend. You are in that level 2 threat for today, okay? So tornado-wise, you have a 2% chance for tornadoes, which is a pretty low-end concern. We have a 15% chance for gusty winds ranging between 60 to 70 miles an hour within those storms here. 15% chance, pretty low as well. Hail, 15% chance for possible hail between 1 to 2 inches in diameter. Now, tomorrow, we do have a greater concern as we're in the level 3 enhanced risk tomorrow. So that does give a 10% chance for, let's see here, a 10% chance overall here for tornadoes, in which we are seeing, possible EF2 or greater concern. It does exist, unfortunately. So we'll have to look out for that 10% chance. Damaging winds, we have a 30% chance overall for gusty winds here, between, once again, 60 to 70 miles an hour for the most part, and then a 30% hatch risk out there for hail overall. So, anyways, Team Kenny says, does my mesonet say -9 degrees? Yeah, it does. I ended up breaking my my temperature sensor today. So whenever I was updating my mesonet, let's see here. Let me show you real quickly. I ended up breaking my temperature sensor, so that's going to cost me $150, which is just lovely. But yeah, there's my mesonet. I updated it today. There's my arm young anemometer on there. I put a static dissipator on that middle column there to hopefully help protect it from lightning, which it's a big thing in Florida. Joey, dude, don't spam, man. It's not going to make me get to you quicker. Let's see here. What are the chances for a tornado? So today is a 15% chance. The greatest concern is up in Kansas here. South central Kansas up into northern Oklahoma. We do have that 15 significant risk out there overall. Then tomorrow is a really big 10% hatch risk overall. And then Tuesday's risk, there's no breakdown as of right now. So, Scott says, can I check the zip code to see if I have severe weather in my area, please, next week? Yeah, so as of right now, Scott, there is only the next 3 days of severe weather on the forecast here from the Storm Prediction Center. So up in Michigan, yeah, you're pretty good, actually. So for today, we do not have any thunderstorm threat at all. Tomorrow, we're pretty good. And even day 3 here, we're actually good. So for the next 3 days, Scott, we're looking pretty good. As of now, the Storm Prediction Center does not have anything else past the day 3 marker for severe weather. So that is that. Hopefully that helps. Let's see here. Hey, bro, will Chattanooga be in the bad threat tomorrow anytime this week? Why did I say tomorrow? So, excuse me. So we do need to be weather aware on Tuesday. Today, we're pretty good. We do have a general thunderstorm risk here in Chattanooga. Tomorrow, we do actually have a slight risk here. So tomorrow, we do need to be weather aware. That does give us a non-tornado concern. Just a little bit of a concern for gusty winds and a little bit of hail, both a 15% chance. And in day 3, we also do have another level 2 threat here as well. So, yeah, so tomorrow, being Monday and Tuesday, you should be weather aware out there, my friend, okay? All hazards, except for tornadoes, will be a concern. Tuesday, I think there could be a tornado concern, but we'll look more into that here in a little bit. Or, like, tomorrow, essentially. Because then we'll have SPC's overall outlook. Anyways, let's see here. All right. Joey, dude, you're not gonna get me to go to your area a lot quicker by spamming, dude. I'm telling you, man. Let's see here. What about Clarksville, Tennessee for day 3? Got you. Let's see real quickly what we got going on here. All right, so Clarksville, okay, you're actually on the edge of that enhanced risk here for Tuesday. Marginal level 1 threat tomorrow. Today we got a thunderstorm risk, potential for a couple thunderstorms, a few booms of thunder possible, but nothing big. Tomorrow, though, we have that level 1 threat. 2% tornado risk tomorrow, 5% wind threat, and a 5% hail threat tomorrow. And then day 3, we do that level 2 threat as of right now. So there is no breakdown like we mentioned here for day 3. So SPC, the way it works is only the first 2 days. So day 1, day 2, today's day 1, tomorrow's day 2. Only the first 2 days we have breakdowns for the hail, winds, and tornado concern. Day 3 is considered an extended outlook, in which they do not have a breakdown probability for that. But we'll learn that tonight, like late, well, really tomorrow morning early, but, Anyways. Let's see here. All right, Elite, I got you, my friend. Let's see here. I'll take a look at your zip code. All right. Okay, so we have a lot of people out by Dallas. I'll tell you what, man. So we do need you to be weather aware. Today we do have a level 2 severe weather threat. Okay, so Elite, be weather aware today. Tornado-wise, we have a 5% chance for tornadoes. In terms of damaging winds, we have a 15% chance for gusty winds between 60 to 70 miles an hour. And in terms of hail, we do have a 15% chance as well for 1 to 2 inches in diameter hail-wise. Tomorrow, though, we do have a level, or you're right on the edge between the level 2 and the level 3. But for the level 3 area, we do have a, well, for you, you're actually just south of that 10% hatch risk for tornadoes, but, you're right next to it, so there is a chance for tornadoes. For you, as of right now, is a 5% chance. We do have a 15% chance for damaging wind gusts here and a 30% chance here for hail regarding the potential for 2-3 inches in diameter or larger. So, anyways. Let's see here. Gloomy says, hi again. I just want to say thank you for being live. Let's see, the set our sirens off for more of a heads up here. You're very welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here, Gloomy. Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Machine says, I'm pretty concerned about Decatur, Alabama on Tuesday. Let's take a look, man. Let's see what you're in for. Let's see here. So you... All right, so Decatur... Is it Decatur or Decatur? Or something else? Yeah, so we do have that. We do have that enhanced risk out there, Machine. So, yeah, certainly do need you to be weather aware. As of right now, like I mentioned, there is no breakdown from SPC. But what I can show you, which I'll go ahead and bring up the models here again. So looking at the models here for Tuesday, looking at the NAM here, you can kind of see we do have a lot of instability that builds into the region here, above 1,000 joules. Pretty good amount of instability building into the region here. On top of that, our lower level winds, potentially could get up to about 40 knots or so, which is considered a decent lower level jet stream here. Mid-level shear, it doesn't really change. It doesn't veer too much. So the winds don't aggressively, or they do change directions, but not as aggressively as like today or tomorrow does regarding the change in wind direction with altitude. So, yeah, I mean, I could see a concern for a couple tornadoes. I'm going to hold off on saying, like, the strength right now because, things could still change between now and then. But from what I'm seeing, there's good amounts of wind shear. There's pretty good amounts of instability as well as, the moisture, dude. We have upper 60, lower 70-degree dew points there, which, you're definitely going to notice. You are 100% going to notice how it's going to be very muggy overall. So that is that. All right. Anyways. Let's see here. What's up, Mark? Hope you're doing good, man. Good to have you here, dude. Let's see here. All right, sounds good, Cheryl. So they fixed the Dallas-Fort Worth from a significant tornado to a 5%. So, Molly, as of right now, let's see here. From the SPC, so tomorrow we do have, a 5% chance for much of the, for Dallas-Fort Worth area. You can see this is main Dallas right here. That's all of Dallas, and then here's Fort Worth. So that kind of starts once you go up towards like Denton and McKinney, Frisco area. That's where the level, or that 10% kind of starts essentially. So, anyways. Glenda says, excuse me, but can you please tell me if you'll think I'll be an enhanced risk for Tuesday? Yeah, I got you, Glenda. Let's see here. So you... Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, so you're in Eastern Tennessee. Gotcha. So for Tuesday, as of right now, you're in a marginal. I don't think you will be, personally. Uh, SPC also believes that, the threat's just, as of right now, not high enough to issue an enhancers. I mean, you're not even a level 2 threat yet, as of right now. So, Glinda, you're in a level 1 threat. It's a pretty low risk for severe weather. So, whenever it comes to it, yes, we definitely should be weather aware, but the threat is actually fairly low. And I don't think that they will, personally. Unless there's some, serious changes between now and then. We'll have to see. Anyways. It's alright, Scott. We got it. Let's see here. Bad severe weather. Let's see, Tuesday at Vicksburg, Mississippi, Jackson. Yeah, Jackson area, we do have that, Vicksburg, Jackson, we do have a level 2 threat here for Tuesday. So, keep an eye out there for that. There's no breakdown as of right now, though, overall. Let's see here. Gloomy says, yeah, I only stayed awake because you circled my area and said anyone outside of this is fine. It was only a few more moments later and the sirens went off. Oh, that's nice. Where was that at, Gloomy? Yeah. Hopefully you're doing all right, my friend. Will I have a stream going tomorrow over Monday and Tuesday? Yeah, we will. I'll do the same thing I'm doing today as tomorrow as well. So. Yeah, I hope not, Machine. It is possible given, like I said, the lower level, jet stream and, the kinematics, the instability, the moisture. I mean, it's all there. It is all there. So, let's see here. Noah says, what's Indianapolis? So, today, Indianapolis does not even have any concern for severe weather. Tomorrow, we do have a thunderstorm risk out there in Indianapolis, so, a few booms of thunder can't be ruled out tomorrow. So, it's going to be possible. However, Tuesday, we should be weather aware, because Tuesday, we do have a level 2 slight risk out there for severe weather. So, definitely should be weather aware out there here for Tuesday. But, yeah, between today and tomorrow, you're good. Nothing severe as of right now. Let's see here. Madisonville, Tennessee. Okay, gotcha. Let's see what we got going on here. I do know Tennessee on Tuesday is going to be in the risk area. Yeah. So Gloomy, you, my friend, you're in a level 2 threat here for Tuesday. Today we have a chance for a few boom booms, but nothing really crazy. Nothing severe weather-wise. Tomorrow, yeah, we do have a level 2 threat over there for severe weather. So, but yeah, between tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, we should be weather aware. Okay. When's today's risk supposed to start? Models kind of suggest a lot of that convection starting late afternoon, early evening, probably within the next, 3 or so hours from now. Yeah, anywhere from the next 2 or 3 hours or so. We, in about 2 or 3 hours, we'll probably start to see some stuff going over. So, let's see here. What are you talking about, Scott? Scott, we already handled it a while back, man. Let's see. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. Cheese says, what about New Orleans? So New Orleans, we are... Here, let's hop back over here. For today, we're pretty good. Tomorrow, we're good. And yeah, also on Tuesday we're good. So for the next 3 days, my friend, we are looking pretty good, Cheese. We're doing pretty well. Let's see here. This was early in the morning on the 17th. Oh, gotcha. Let's see here. Section says, what will East Tennessee be like today? Or Texas, sorry. I thought... Where did I get Tennessee from? So the eastern side, the northeast side, we do have a little risk for severe weather, but like the, I guess you'd call that the southeastern side, essentially. We don't really have much going on. So like Houston area, we're pretty good. No severe weather, no thunderstorms really expected. Same thing for like Austin, San Antonio. But for like central and northern Texas, including a little bit of northeastern, like Tyler, Texas, and Texarkana, we do have a risk for severe weather. Yeah, no problem, Cheese. You're welcome. You as well, my friend. Gloomy says, meet East Tennessee. Yeah. Yeah, just keep it out there for it, Gloomy. It's going to be possible for a little bit of severe weather out here. Could I see the enhancers being expanded Tuesday? It depends. I mean, I'm going to keep an eye on models over the next little bit. I'm not going to really say anything right now because, things can still change between now and then until Tuesday because, it's still a couple days out. But we'll see. We'll see. And if it does, we'll let you know, okay? But, I mean, like, given the environment and stuff for Tuesday, I mean, we do have a great amount of moisture, tons of instability. There's a lot of fuel for storms here on Tuesday. Good 1 to 2,000 joules per kilogram mixed layer instability. Pretty good amounts of instability and stuff. Our wind shear, good 35, 40 knot lower level jet. Pretty widespread across, like, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi. Mid-level shear does increase a little bit too, right around 60 knots. A little bit more easterly, or more to the east, I should say. So, anyways. Tapping, we already got rid of, or we already took care of that. Somebody was apparently doing something. Anyways. We got it. Don't worry. Let's see here. Yeah, no problem, Gloomy. No problem. She said, I just did my preps for hurricane season today as well. Awesome. Glad to see that, my friend. Yeah. Hey, man, you know what? It's close. It's real close, man. I mean, we are, let's see here. How many days? We have, so not including today, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 days. Not including today. We have 14 days until we reach hurricane season. So, yeah, dude, it's close. It's real close. I mean, like I mentioned, the Hurricane Center, they've already started their routine outlooks. Would you look at that? You're good, Mark. Don't worry about it, man. Thank you for helping. I appreciate it. As of right now, the tropical outlook, there is nothing expected in the next 3 days. Yep, same thing for the Eastern Pacific. I think the Eastern Pacific is already started. Essentially, I think the Eastern Pacific has already started their hurricane season overall. Let's see what Cheese says. I'm scared because we had a break for a little while in Louisiana from the big ones. I'm worried we're going to get another big one this year. As of right now, Cheese, we're doing pretty good. It's nothing super crazy for your area right now. So right now you're kind of in a nice little break. You're doing pretty well, though. You're doing pretty good as of right now. Yeah, right now it seems like a lot of the activity is kind of kicking up across the plains and the Midwest and stuff like that. So, will that mean less tornadoes? Where in Tennessee? I think if you're talking about Tuesday, I think Tuesday could have a tornado concern. I do. Tomorrow, though, Gloomy, for tomorrow's slight risk out there, we do not have a tornado concern, thankfully. Yeah, you can see the eastern side of Tennessee is pretty good. The western side, though, there is a possibility for maybe an isolated tornado or two. It can't be ruled out on the western side. We do have a pretty big 10% risk overall. Let's see here. Upstate South Carolina for Monday. Could I look at the models? Sure. I don't think... Yeah, there's nothing going on in... oh, sorry. Never mind. Tornado-wise, anyways, nothing going on up there for upstate South Carolina. But, yeah, we can pull up the models for you real quickly. Let's take a peek at the models here. So, looking at the 16 Zulu. I don't know if the 16 goes that far. No. Yeah, we're going to have to go through... Oh! Okay, Gloomy. I know what you mean. Less tornadoes for hurricane season. It just depends on the storm. Like, some storms really can produce a lot of tornadic activity. On the eastern side of the hurricane, you get a lot of the ingredients in place for tornadoes. Example, Milton last year. I was in Milton. There were so many tornadoes on Milton. It was crazy. It just depends, how strong these storms are and, where they end up hitting, if we do have some heavy hitters this year, which hopefully not. But anyways, but yeah, I got you. Let me take a look at that real quickly for you. WX, sorry about that. Okay. Let's go to the 12 Zulu. All right. So taking a peek here. Yeah, look at that. So here for Monday, you can kind of see there's a bit of a cluster of storms potentially rolling through. That'll work its way from eastern Tennessee in the afternoon into the evening here for upstate South Carolina. Now, we'll take that with a grain of salt. You know, the timing and stuff like that, you know, is not certain. But anyways. Welcome back, Cheryl. Let's see here. Chandler says, zip code for tomorrow. I'm a little scared. It's all right. Chandler, we'll be all right, my friend. Let's take a look for you. See what we got going on for you, my friend. Try not to worry about it. I understand it's a little scary sometimes. So, yeah, you are in a level 3 threat. There is that 10% chance for tornadoes. There is a 30% chance for gusty winds between 60 and 70 miles an hour. The good news, I mean, yeah, it's still 60 to 70 mile an hour wind gust potential, which is a concern. But we're not seeing anything like super duper excessive. You know, nothing like 80, 90 miles an hour or greater. As of right now, we're just kind of in the realm between 60 and 70. It's a 30% chance, so, you know, roughly a 1 in 3 shot of occurring within a 25-mile radius around you. Same thing for hail. There is going to be potential for large hail, though. Possibly maybe 2-3 inches in diameter, maybe larger, which we'll have to see. So, you know, we'll definitely keep an eye out there for it overall. But yeah, you know, we'll definitely be here to help you out. Like I said, tomorrow we'll give you another update. Okay. What's up, ATR? What's up, Cat Loaf? Hope you're doing good. Do I think there will be a small tornado threat with that for tomorrow in upstate South Carolina? Well, let's take a peek at the kinematics. Here, let's bring up the NAM. Hop back to the Mid-Atlantic here. So, being tomorrow, it does look like tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. It does look like we do have about a 35 knot lower level jet, but these are like going to the southeast. Hold on a minute, I was at the wrong layer. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, 850 millibar height is showing, really not much lower level wind shear, about 15 knots, which is not really anything super supportive. Mid-level shear is what was showing 35 knots or so. So probably not. So with that being said, the wind shear and everything like that, I mean, it's not really supportive for, tornadic activity. But, I mean, that's what the latest NAM kind of shows here overall. Let's see here. So now that's a 5% for Dallas-Fort Worth. Yeah, so right now for today, Molly, we have... Here, let's bring up our outlook again here. We do have a 5% chance here for tornadoes today and tomorrow. So we'll definitely, definitely be weather aware out here in these regions here. Just make sure y'all are keeping an eye out, okay? Let's see here. Salina, Kansas here, getting dark and a little windy, says Kelly. Gotcha. Stay safe out there. Here, let me take a look at you, Kelly. Let's see what we got going on out here for you. Whoops. Hold on a minute. Salina, Kansas, right? Oh, here we go. Okay. Why did it bring me back to California? Hold on a minute. There we go. All right. So the radar right now doesn't really show... Oh, hold on a minute. That's set for... Why is this not updated? The radar's a little out of date here. Well, that's not very good, is it? The radar is... here, let me... pull up satellite imagery. It does look like we have a little bit... Yeah, this is out of date, man. I don't know what's going on here. Here, let me go ahead and bring up another program and then real quickly. For radar. Yeah, so up here it does... Here, let's come bring this back up real quickly. Bear with me for 1 second. Yeah, I don't know why this is out of date here, that radar. All right, so I'm not really seeing any storms up there right now. That's yeah, a lot of that's supposed to kick off like later on. Yeah, nothing severe is in your area right now. But stay safe out there, Kelly. Yeah, we definitely do need you to be weather aware today, okay? What's up, Matt? Saying, hey, love your videos. Always tune in. What's the Oklahoma City looking like? Got probably quite a few questions, or got probably quite a few from Oklahoma looking to see the outlooks. If you haven't already looked into it, yeah, no problem, Matt. I got you. So Oklahoma City, we do have a level 3 enhanced risk today. So we definitely do need to be weather aware. Tornado-wise, we have a 5% chance out there for tornadoes. So within a 25-mile radius around you, there's a 5% chance here. In terms of damaging winds, we have a 15% chance out there for gusty winds. The potential for, a little bit of gusty winds out there, mostly between 60 to 70 miles an hour. It is possible. And in terms of hail, today, hail threat's going to be the main concern out by Oklahoma City with a 30% chance for significant hail, possibly 2 to 3 inches in diameter. Could be possible. What's up, Hoops? Hope you're doing good, man. But yeah, so Matt, please be careful, my friend. Tomorrow, we also do have a enhanced risk tomorrow as well. So whenever it comes to it, we do have an enhanced risk here, which is a 10% significant risk out there for tornadoes. So tomorrow, it's a little bit more on the, the greater probability side. So tomorrow, 10% chance for tornadoes. For most of Oklahoma City, we do have a 15% wind threat overall, and then, of course, we do have a 30% chance out there for significant hail, potentially, like we're saying here, possibly 2-3 inches in diameter or greater. So definitely got to look out for that. Let's see here. Brandon says, it's about the storm in Coffeyville, Kansas. How bad will it be for us today? So Brandon, welcome, man. Hope you're doing good. So for Coffeyville, let's see what we got going on here. So yeah, we do have an enhanced risk both. I believe today, it did move me here. Let me fix this real quickly. Coffeyville. Okay. Today we have a level 1 threat. Tomorrow we have that level 2 threat overall. So we are watching out there for that. Let's see here. We do have ourselves a 10% significant risk out there for tornadoes overall. So we'll definitely need to be weather aware here tomorrow. Today, we do have a 5% chance overall here for tornadic activity overall. In terms of damaging winds, we do have today that's 15% chance, tomorrow that 30% chance. And in terms of hail today, we have that, you're right on the edge of that 15% risk out there, 15 significant risk for hail. And a 30% significant risk out there tomorrow for hail. So we're talking, potential for pretty large hail, 2 inches in diameter or larger. Could be possible for sure. So Glinda, that storm will have potential, to cause a bit of storm activity, and maybe a isolated or severe storm or two could be possible on Tuesday. But as of right now, like I said, tomorrow you're not in the risk here, but Tuesday you do have that level 1 threat. So, Glinda, it'll be all right, my friend. We'll get through it. But yeah, if it becomes a concern, then we'll let you know. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be giving you guys an update anyways. Let's see here. No problem, Kelly. No problem at all. Let's see here. Will that storm around Bartlesville, Oklahoma come towards us? Let's see here. For some reason here, let me go ahead and refresh this site real quickly. All right, we're going to bring y'all over. So the one out by Bartlesville, I'll go towards Coffeyville. These guys are tracking to the northeast here. They should dodge you. Let's see here. Can I show you the future radar? Yeah. Yeah. Let me go and pull it up real quickly. So here is the 12 Zulu UTC HRRR here. This is the well, whenever it loads. we'll show it here. Here we go. So I'm going to go and pause that here. So whenever it comes to it, you can see like later on today, we have a lot of activity that starts to fire off here, like pretty much late this afternoon, early evening. We get a lot of convection that starts. Then we work our way over here into tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and then that's when everything else starts to really kind of spark up. And then, of course, all of that mess just works its way here to the east here overall. So, we'll definitely need to, like I said, be weather aware for, not only today, not tomorrow, but also, Tuesday. I mean, it's unfortunately kind of an active little period here. It's been pretty active severe weather-wise last little bit. Let's see here. Madison, Alabama here just had some pea-sized hail. Ooh. Well, thankfully, pea-sized hail is not really a big problem. But that's crazy, dude. Hopefully you're doing good, man. High winds here in West Virginia, Mark. Oh, wow. Do I see the evening storms expected for Alabama or to be tornadic or just strong? So for Alabama here on Tuesday, we might have a tornado concern. Today, tornado-wise, there is no risk for tornadic activity here for today. Tomorrow, too. Today and tomorrow, there is no risk for tornadoes in Alabama. So, Brandon says, thanks, bro, for everything you do for us. Oh, you're very welcome, dude. Glad to help out, Brandon. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. I try the best I can, man. I try to help keep you guys up to date and weather aware. It's what we're here for, help keep you guys safe. And then, like I said, we'll make sure to be here for y'all if you have any questions and everything. Yep, no problem, JHH. Got you. Got you. But anyways, so tomorrow, guys, we're going to do another update for you all. Like I mentioned, I don't think we're going to do any coverage tonight. There's going to be a lot of people covering tonight, so or today, I should say. We may pick up night shift. I'm not too sure if we're going to go live tonight, though. It just depends on how storms are holding up, essentially. I mean, if it's still storming pretty good, like after midnight and stuff, then, then that's that. But anyways. Well, if you guys have any questions before I roll off here, go ahead and throw them down in the chat. I'll be more than happy to help y'all. If you could, leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see here. Good thing my local weather gave me a notification. Yeah, that's good, my friend. Hey, and like I said, guys, just make sure you all have a way to receive warnings and stuff. Just make sure that, I know a lot of weather apps, like, they might not be the best, but they do give you warnings. Some of them do. So if there is a warning that does get issued for you, then, overall. That way you just have that warning, of course. Mike says, is this live? No, it's not live at all. No, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Let's see here. Could I check the storms in your harvest area in Alabama? Yes, I got you. Let me pull it up real quickly. Harvest, Alabama. Let's see. Oh yeah. So the one for actually Huntsville, is in a severe thunderstorm warning here for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. The one to the north here is not currently severe. Yeah, but Huntsville, Alabama is starting to get one. It's actually going up there by Ryland and Meridianville. Also Grove Park and Oakwood, Madison area. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail, radar indicated threats. Yeah, so that's the only severe storm we have right now up in Alabama. Birmingham, we got a few storms nearby, one to the south and one to the north. Let's see here. What's up, Mary? Saying hi. Is there a tornado risk for Dallas-Fort Worth today and tomorrow? Yes. So, Mary, we have a 5% chance for tornadoes both today and tomorrow. So, yeah, be weather aware tomorrow and today as we do have a concern. Actually, we have a threat for hail and wind gusts as well. So, yeah, today and tomorrow we do need you to be weather aware, okay? Let's see here. Carter says, thank you so much for the info this afternoon. Yeah, of course, no problem, Carter. Glad to help out. Molly, as of right now, we're not expecting like significant tornadic activity across Dallas. Today, our tornado risk is at 5% here. Tomorrow, it is 2%. The only thing is that tomorrow's risk, you're right on the outside of a 10% significant risk in which a couple of strong tornadoes in the yellow here could be possible. We'll have to see if SPC extends that into Dallas tomorrow or not. I mean, we'll see. I believe it was in Dallas at one point here. But anyways, but yeah, so like I mentioned, as of right now, you are in 5% chance areas here for tornadic activity. So, I mean, yeah, you should be weather aware of today and tomorrow overall. But anyways. But if you guys have any more final questions, go ahead and throw them down in the chat. I'll be more than happy to help you guys. Once again, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with us today. And like I mentioned, we'll make sure to keep you guys weather aware. And, we'll keep you guys up to date and everything. Like I said, tomorrow as well, we're also going to do this as well, like tomorrow afternoon, or yeah, sometime tomorrow. We'll go live at noon, I guess, tomorrow, and then we'll give you guys an update. Let's see here. Thanks. So that severe thunderstorm warning is going away from Madison. Let's see here, Madison. Yeah, it is going away from Madison, but Madison's in the warning here. But if we take a look at the radar here real quickly, you can see that Madison's kind of on the back side of it right now. So yeah, it is moving away from you. I would still stay away from windows because there still is a little bit of lightning. I mean, even lightning can strike pretty far away from a storm, so there could still be some lightning strikes nearby. But yeah, so keep it out there for it. Let's see here. Kansas looks like it could be a little dicey later this evening. Yeah, it definitely looks a little concerning, given the fact that we do have that 15% significant tornado risk out there. Models, we're kind of showing a 50-knot lower-level jet. I mean, dew points in the mid-70s, and I think it was like, 3,000 joules per kilogram of in Mel Cape? Something like that, wasn't it? Here, let's go ahead and take a peek at it again. Yeah, I mean, the environment's super unstable. Super duper unstable today. Yeah, look at that. So later on, this evening here, you can see that, our mixed layer instability is a good 3,000 to 4,000 joules per kilogram of instability. I mean, we build in a lot of fuel. Once again, that lower level jet here, you can see we have like a good 50 knots of lower level wind shear. Mid-level jet is significantly changed in wind direction to the northeast here. Still about 55-ish knots. So, I mean, yeah, good instability. Yeah, once again, our dew points here are, well into the 70s, working their way up into Kansas there. Yeah, I mean, the ingredients are definitely in place. Definitely in place. Here, let's grab a sounding, actually. Let's just grab one across, I don't know, just grab one right there. Yeah, no problem, JHH. Glad to help out. Ooh, buddy. Look at that. So I'm assuming, yeah. So look. First of all, look at that photograph there. That's just significant veering in the lower profile of the atmosphere. I mean, look at that. You see how the wind direction just aggressively changes as we go up in altitude. Yeah, it's definitely a potent environment there. Popcorn showers have popped up, little thunder, not loud, and lightning, which I can see since it's daylight and rain. Gotcha, Cheryl. Yeah, right now, towards the Dallas region, I was just looking at the radar. We do have a little bit of storms out here, but yeah, this stuff is nothing severe. Later on today, though, it could pick up a little bit. Like HRRR does show some strong storms firing off here. Mostly, so HRRR mostly has those firing off kind of to the west and north of Dallas. In a little bit. Who knows? The environment will be capable of firing some off even nearby. I mean, look at that. It's just kind of just semi-discreet, too. Anyways, folks. Well, if y'all have any final questions before I roll off here, go ahead and let us know. If not, then we're going to go ahead and roll off here for now. But like I said, we'll go live tomorrow afternoon. We'll give you guys another update on everything. I might do some night coverage if it warrants. Here, let me take a peek here real quickly at the models. So, I mean, there very well could still be some severe weather going on past midnight. I'm going to monitor it. If it does get crazy, if it's still pretty active, like tonight after midnight, then I'll probably go live a little bit. So possible stream. If I don't, then we'll give you guys another update tomorrow afternoon. Regardless, we'll do that, but we'll see about going live tonight. Just depends on how things hold up, essentially. Let's see here. What do we expect in Denton, Texas, in tonight or tomorrow? So yeah, Denton, we do have a pretty big risk for severe weather tomorrow. We do have that 10% tornado risk here, that enhanced risk overall for severe weather. That does include a 30% chance for gusty winds and a 30% significant risk out there for hail. So we'll have to definitely look out there for that. We definitely could see some pretty large hail, possibly 2-3 inches in diameter, maybe even larger overall. Today we have a level 2 threat. Look at that. That's interesting. Here, let's hop over here. We do have a 5% chance out there for tornadoes, a 15% wind threat, and a let's see here, a 15% significant risk for hail, possibly 2-3 inches in diameter or larger. Gotcha. Cool. All right, everybody. Well, we're going to go ahead and roll off here for now. Once again, if you guys did enjoy it, leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and share if you guys could. Help spread the awareness. It would be greatly appreciated. But you guys take care out there. Y'all be safe. And like I said, we'll keep you guys updated with everything. We'll make sure that you all are staying up to date, whether where. And alrighty, everybody. Well, thank you all so much for joining. You guys take care. Stream's going to head off here in approximately 1 minute. So go ahead and say goodbye to your friends, your family, anybody you're hanging out with in the chat. And all right, my friends, we'll catch you guys later on. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace out, my friends. See ya later on.